What's going on, you guys? So check it right. Since its beginning as a genre, hip-hop has always been associated with beef or competition amongst rappers and their peers. I mean, whether it's Biggie and Pac, Hov and Nas, or even our very own artists such as Casper and AKA, beef within hip-hop is always present and it's inevitable. Now, the two artists that we'll be discussing in this video are the Big Hash and J Molley. Now, I think it's important to state that Hash and Molley came up around the same time in the game, if I'm not mistaken, around the years of 2017, 2018, and they were dubbed as the leaders of the new wave. Now, Hash and Molley are similar in their artistry, with them both being able to rap and be lyrical when they need to, as well as come through with the melodic vibes. So they were always being compared to each other, which I guess led to the slight undertone of competition between each other. Now, competition amongst your peers is one thing, but competition amongst your peers who you pretty much hung around with for the most part to the point where you've developed an actual relationship with each other, well, that's something else, and I'm more inclined to think that things could get deeper than they actually are. Now, it's said that the beef between them started during lockdown back in 2020, but personally, I think it goes further than that, and I'm referring to when Sway came to SA to host the Cypher edition of Sway's Universe. Now, the Cypher included artists such as A. Reese, J Molley, the Big Hash, Rouge, Moozley, and SB Kit. Now, even though Hash and Molley didn't take shots at each other during their cyphers, I believe this is where their beef began. Now, I say this because fast forward to 2020 during the lockdown days, Hash released an EP titled Life Plus Times 2, and in the EP we had a track titled I'm Sorry. Now, before the EP was released, according to Hash, he informed J Molley out of respect that he would be taking shots at him on the track and wanted to make sure that he would be okay with it, and apparently J Molley was. Now, in the track, Hash went on to say, "Pay the fuck nigga respect until I see a slip. I should have said that shit when Sway was around me. Carried a coffin big enough to carry Moose and Molley. No disrespect to anyone if you offended, sorry. Nigga, who the fuck gon' stop me?" Now, Hash saying that he carried a coffin big enough to carry Moose and Molley indirectly insinuates that Reese, Rouge, and himself had the better ciphers, whereas Moozley and Molley didn't. Now, even though J Molley had been informed about the track prior to its release, I'm sure it still agitated him a bit that one of his peers was calling him out. Now, Jay actually responded with a track of his own titled I'm Good, and he went on to say, "Ironic how these young boys wanna call my name out for clout. Meanwhile, be on the phone calling me trying to hash this shit out. Guess these are life and times we're living in. Typical cycle of the internet, cause in person they're always backpedaling." Now, with these lines, J Molley is making reference to the Big Hash calling him out on a record, but yet when they're in person or chatting over the phone, it's a different story. Jay chalks it up to Hash calling him out for clout, since we're living in an era where the internet pretty much controls society. But anyways, Hash saw all of this and tweeted the following saying, he picked the wrong battle, and proceeded to drop a freestyle which is part of Stogie T's Freestyle Fridays series during the lockdown. Now, Hash's freestyle was directly aimed at Molley, as you had lines which said, "Lol, you auto-tune sad boys coming after me. Someone should have told you Hash is synonym for G-O-D. Keep my name out your mouth, nigga, it's blasphemy. Got plenty connects and goons ready to blast for me. I'm white hot. You got hot cause you rap and you white. I took a jab at you on a song, but out of respect, I called you as a homie to tell you the other night. Put out a response, two wrongs still don't make it right. You said it was cool, but clearly something got you tight. Ignoring my texts and calls for catalog fights." So Hash himself is also making reference to hitting up Jay about the track and how he would be taking shots at him, and once again letting us know that Jay was cool about it. He also states that Jay only has a position in the game because he's a white rapper, and if that wasn't the case, he wouldn't be as hot. But anyways, Hash still continued by saying, "You ain't even from the hood. If the rap game don't work for you, the other part of your handle is career advice. Aight, settle down, friendly competition. I don't need to bring you up to be in this position. I don't need to backpedal." Now, here we have Hash alluding to Jay having to sell drugs, or Molley's to be specific, if rap doesn't work out for him. He also states that calling Jay out was an act of friendly competition instead of seeking clout, which Jay claimed on I'm Good. But anyways, he later followed up by saying, "Tell the world you been a wannabe 8 Mile nigga. If anything, sonically I'm like 8 miles ahead of you, nigga. Give a fuck about numbers, give a fuck about my looks. When I get into the booth, they be like, that nigga cook. You the most overrated, I'm the most overlooked, cause I never bothered to play by the industry book. I don't go out to clubs where they're showing you love. Getting a tat on your face don't really make you a thug. Now, if it wasn't apparent, things between Molley and Hash took a turn for the worst, as they really started getting personal and disrespectful with each other. I mean, on some other lines, Hash spoke on Jay being on drugs, actually coke to be specific, which was quite personal and disrespectful if I'm being honest. Now, as a way to counter the disrespect, Jay dropped another diss record on Hash, titled Paul Bearer, where he went on to say, wrap him up and body bag him, give his body to the trash man. Only time you see me throwing Hash up in the trash can. You took a break from music for a bitch you didn't fuck. I heard that Nazi thinks you're weird and that's why Nyani ain't gon' drop. You my son, I brought you up. How you gon' try bring me down? Must have forgot back a row X, boy, you done slept on my couch. Living off features, got you demons I know nothing about. The prince and the king, so I guess I just gotta air this shit out. He also went on to say, you a rat and all you do is follow cheese. You're lucky chilling with Reese, got you up a couple degrees. I never needed no co-signing from nobody but me. Ain't forget how you told me all your relations make believe, and how you got him on your songs just for a card up your sleeve. I mean, sheesh. Said you had to sell in a piece for a piece. Ain't you just dropped? How the fuck they got Molley shit on repeat? Is it the size of your shoe or me cause I'm selling defeat? I'm making sense why the whip y'all moving look like a hearse. I'm your pops, I gotta show you that it comes with a curse. No, the warranty on your words do not cover returns. Plus your debt to Uncle Ricky, better check what you earn. Now he concluded by saying, would have bodied me on Sway, even on Sway I wrecked you. Funny how everybody was cool with that shit except you. We got your theory, kid, but in theory I deaded you loose. I bodied you about twice before, so now you double dead blue. Try come for Molley again and I'll have you hang by a noose. I got a can full of worms, don't let me let them all loose. You're a tanking soldier boy, I just snapped you in two. All these public statements on Twitter, man, how hip-hop of you. Ironic how my numbers on that Sway shit got 8 miles on you. Find out how you pulled the race card, that's even shady for you. I told you I'm really bad, I just moonwalked on you. Now Jay really came out guns blazing on this record, talking about how Hash is trash, and how he took a break from music all for a girl he didn't even sleep with. How Anati thinks Hash is weird, and that's why their track hasn't dropped. How Hash has fake relationships in the game, just so he could level up in his career. Basically saying that Hash sold his soul, so he could establish himself within the game. And how Hash is his son, and how he actually allowed him to sleep on his couch during their Raw X days. Now Jay mentioned a whole lot of other things, but overall the track was just straight disrespect. Now he also came up with a statement addressing all the racial undertones and how he no longer wants to continue with this back and forth. So he came out to say, there is an ugly, distasteful racial narrative that's gaining momentum and has nothing to do with the music. That's a battle I can't win and personally do not want any part of. To those that believe in me and support me, thank you. I'm only getting started. It was fun until it wasn't. Now, despite J Molley coming out with this statement, Hash still dropped another diss record titled How to Kill a Dead Body, where he featured Flame, and he went on to say, don't act innocent like you ain't live at Zeus' crib. Better humble yourself, boy, you ain't live what you posting. Taking these pictures that you share months later for your IG people so you fake what you boasting. Truth be told, I never thought 1 minute and 47 seconds on Twitter would get under your skin. You ain't got no vision. Clubbing and fucking bitches got you cockeyed. All you do is think with your foreskin. Niggas mad I got a Nazi on a feature, huh? J stand for jealous, and it's one hell of a creature, huh? Niggas say they made the sound that made me and they was right. But now's the time when the student becomes a teacher. Speedy put you on a song you hit your peak in 2017. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't know you. You never broke cause you sold your soul for a platinum record you ain't eating off of. So now the devil control you. All this Paul Bearer talk about Biggie, you must be ready to die. Guess somebody should have told you, I'm tailor-made for this shit. You just another Taylor Swift with a tiny dick. Man, we don't even rate you. Dreams money can buy, but look what it cost ya. 3 years later and you still coming second to Costa. You've been wanting to fit in so bad you got an eye tag with dreads, hoping that the game would adopt ya. You rapping like a bitch, airing shit you heard on the streets. Flip your stage name backward to Molley J. Talking dirty laundry, get you whitewashed. Your beats ain't shit to these white boys. That's worse to Marshall and Dre. Took a break from the game, came back like I never left. All you could say in the diss is talk about my ex, but you stalking yours. Break into a crib, to check if she ain't with anybody else getting some better sex. You ain't a real nigga whenever you drunk or sober. You the same nigga who slept with your niggas leftovers. Maybe I said too much. You might be losing your touch. Maybe you losing the battle. Ain't over till it's over. Now once again, Hash didn't hold anything back, and he felt it necessary to go all out on Jay. I mean, when it comes to hip-hop and competing with your peers, there are no rules, and I guess anything goes. Hence Hash still continuing to take shots at Jay, despite him bowing out of the battle. Now Hash also came out with a statement of his own detailing as to why their beef started, and it goes on to say, just to be clear with everyone, I got all the love in the world for him as an artist, but he wanted this. I had the decency to reach out to Mosley about the song I'm Sorry on my EP, Life Plus Times 2, and she was more than fine with it. The same with Jay himself. Mind you, when I got a hold of these people, it was a day before my birthday, literally a week before that song came out. In fact, I broke the news about the line about him on a video call, and he was more than fine. He was even supposed to be on my song Saint Nick, but he got his equipment at the end of my deadline, and I sent the beat too late. We even talked about some other shit and laughed it off. 5 or 6 days later, the EP comes out, and he even promotes it knowing what I said. I warned him out of respect. Then empty and nasty IG battle happens. I reach out to him in the DMs and on calls trying to make the same thing happen for us. He goes ghost on me, but he's still online checking my stories. Next thing you know, my homie starts sending me screenshots of his bars, and he's straight attacking me, claiming I need his clout. In my head, I'm like, if you weren't cool or if you had a problem, you should have said it when you had those 5-6 days, my nigga. He still didn't say shit or warn me about anything, which tells me you calling me out because you take me lightly. Again, I still got all the love in the world for him, but he still didn't reach out and say anything since, and I'm not about to take a backseat to that bullshit. So trust me when I say, do not let this R&B shit fool you. I came up rapping. If niggas want to play that sneak this BS, I'm not for that. I will come at you directly the best way I know how. I'm young, but I'm not new to this shit. If you respond to my video, then good for you. But the next time I say something to you, it's on my own beats with my own producer in my own studio. I'll body you in HD. Anyways, friendly competition, my nigga, for the love of SA hip-hop. Now I must say, seeing all of this happen in real time is crazy. You just had to be there. I mean, this will go down as arguably one of the best beefs in SA hip-hop history. But with that said, who did you guys have winning the battle? And did you enjoy all the records you received at that time? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that like button if you found the content dope, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's on to the next one. Peace.